Good evening. What's up, Bam?
Yo, what's going on? What's up?
Been
What's
a
up? What's
while.
up? Just a minute. It's only been a minute. Don't get
Been
too
a while.
excited. It's just a minute. Don't get excited.
I know, right? It's been a while. When's the last time you were here? A couple of 3 weeks ago?
I don't know. A couple of months, maybe 3, 4 months.
Something like that. Not even. Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
No, I'm thinking, let's see, twice before it didn't work. Or maybe a month, maybe. How's the
Okay.
job going?
Which one?
Aha. The plot thickens. Okay, the original bus driver job.
Oh, well, let's see. My little kindergarten and pre-kindergarten, those kids are not bad. I mean, they're just ignorant because, well, they haven't been taught. So they're completely clueless.
Ignorant.
So
Nice.
it's a learning process for them. But they ride the bunny bus. My bus is the bunny for them. So every time we come to a railroad crossing, I yell. I'm like, "Okay, bunnies, ears up!" Everybody sticks their arms up, and I'm like, "Mouths closed. Complete silence."
Aha.
Well, we look for sneaky trains.
Sneaky trains?
Sneaky trains.
There was
So we
something in the news this morning about there a bus driver hero or I don't know, something happened. A bus got stuck on the tracks almost, but then he just reversed enough or something happened where the train went by and just like missed him by inches.
I had no idea that these trains that are on these tracks, they have an overhang from the tracks. At least 3 feet on each side. It can be up to 3.5 feet on each side of the track. So from the time that like little wheel thing is like spinning on the tracks,
Yeah.
from each side of that wheel, 3 to 3.5 feet of overhang. That's a lot of overhang.
Yeah. 3 feet on each side, huh?
Yeah.
Melissa, Oscar, Chris, what's up? Kangol. Yes, it's a Kangol hat. It's an old one. I need a new one.
That'll go with his cankles.
No cankles here. At least
You
not
got
yet, anyway.
cankles. You got cankles. Everybody's got a cankle. What's going on there, Oscar?
So what's your other job? This one's Chris. Oscar. Well, yeah, Oscar's here too.
Paul's in the house.
Paul, what
Um,
up? Paul's
um,
babysitting tonight. That's what Paul's doing.
well, the other job's not bad. I just stand there and look pretty. I fulfill my end of the contract. I just stand there, look pretty, smile and wave. Go, thank you for being here today.
Bye-bye
Thank you for being here today.
now. Bye-bye now. That was one of that skit in the more recent SNL one of the better ones. Bye-bye. Remember that? Bye-bye now.
I don't watch SNL. I think it's the most
Oh
stupid
yeah.
show I've ever seen in my life.
It's been years since I've watched it, but that was the one with eh, forgot his name already. Anyways, they're on the airplane, flight attendant, and everybody's getting off, and all they're doing is bye-bye. Bye-bye. That was one of the
Yeah,
good ones.
Robin Williams did the best one. Thank you for flying magic carpet. Goodbye, goodbye now. Thank you, goodbye, goodbye.
Magic carpet.
Yeah, the genie from Aladdin.
See, we used to watch SNL when it was funny, like years ago.
Well, yeah, back when it originally started in like what the mid to late 70s. I
It
mean, it
started,
was.
yeah.
I mean, it was funny back then, and then somewhere along the lines, it just got fucking stupid. And I want to say it was someplace in the 90s that happened.
All right, I gotta take that off because it was getting too warm. It was getting a little too warm. It's 45 degrees here in Brownsville, Texas, by the way. So everybody's walking around in their parkas and gloves and scarves and stuff. It's kind of funny.
So y'all still have power?
Oh yeah, Chris.
Well, that's good to know. Unlike last year.
Yeah, it was bad last year, and so far, then again, it's not that bad. I mean, it went into a freeze in a few places here overnight. Last night, a little bit, not too bad, and tonight it'll be some places will freeze also, but definitely not what it was last year. Let's see, Second City. Oh man, Second City. I don't know how many of you are old enough to have watched Second City, but that was good stuff.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Second City had a lot of good skits, and then
and I'm older than you are, so there you'll have that.
Paul, isn't that where the guys from? Man, I have to look all this stuff up. I don't want to do it right now. Rick Moranis and what's the other guy with the black hair? The guy who was in American Pie, the guy's father. Jeez, I can't remember his name. Ghostbusters. Most of them from Ghostbusters came from
Dan Aykroyd.
Second City. Him too, but the guy with the black hair, not the little guy. Rick Moranis was the little guy. And the dude with the black hair. Gene or Eugene Levy? Eugene Levy?
He wasn't in Ghostbusters.
He wasn't? Yeah, he was.
No.
Yeah, Eugene. Oh, no, he wasn't. That's right. He wasn't. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was
Bill Murray. He was in Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, I know Bill Murray for sure.
Dan Aykroyd. And who the hell is that other guy?
The black dude, which is
oh, God, what the hell is his name?
His name was Ernie something. Hudson. Ernie Hudson. Hudson.
I think you're right.
Yes, there it is. Oh, Harold Ramis was the guy. Okay, yeah, him too. And oh yeah, you're right. But Rick Moranis he wasn't even in there. I thought he was, the little short guy. Anyway.
He was in one of them. I think he was in Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah. Anybody watch Ghostbusters Afterlife? The latest one that just came out?
I kind of want to see it, but then I'm like,
Marisa,
usually spin-offs and remakes suck.
Hope you're feeling better, Marisa.
We
gotta talk. We need to talk this week, Marisa. Chris, yes, okay. Wow, where'd you get? I got this in Chicago back in 99.
What's up, Buzzy G?
Amazon got the best price on those, by the way. I saw Brownsville PB reported power loss yesterday. Yeah, there was a few scattered power loss areas, but they didn't last very long, which is a good thing. So Bam, been watching since 2020. You've been watching Saturday Night Live since 2020? Or you mean us here? What's up, Ozzy? Luis, ¿qué pasa? How you doing, buddy? Mr. Louis Rios is in the house. Chuck, how you doing, Chuck? Just taking roll call here. Are you talking about, Chris, you talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife? Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I didn't pay for it. Somebody invited me, and it was either that or the movie with Lady Gaga about that fashion designer.
Oh, House of Gucci.
Yes, I think I should have seen that instead.
So what you're telling me is you wasted an hour or so of your life that you'll never get back.
Yeah, I mean it was nice. The kids will like it, but it was nothing like the original at all. Fire Stick fell asleep in 15 minutes. See, there you go. That's an excellent testimonial. And what's the funny part was that at the end, when there was all that action going on at the very, very end, that's when I started falling asleep. What does that tell you?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not. See, Bam, you're not missing anything, right? Troy says looks terrible. You think so? You liked it, Mr. Reels? They bring back many old. Yeah, they but only I know they did, but it seemed like they did it in an effort to save the movie. That's what it felt like. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, kind of plug your ears up right now. But like at the end, everybody's there, and it's like it's kind of like they're trying to get everybody to continue watching and wait for these guys to come, and then it wasn't the same. Yeah, at least I don't think so. Bam, what's your dream sports car?
Gee, let me tell you. At my age, I care less about sports cars. But back in the day, I was really kind of partial to the Lotus Breeze.
Oh, that was a pretty car.
Yeah. But yeah, anymore, I give a rat's ass about sports cars. I'm more like SUVs, trucks, things like that now.
Yeah, I'm still partial to the Ford Mustang GT.
And I'll tell you why. Because, if I get down into a sports car, I may not get out that motherfucker. I mean, they sit too low to the ground. Yeah. I'm too fat. I may not get out the sumbitch if I get in it.
I have to get you out with a pry bar.
Yeah, cherry picker. What are you talking about? Pry bar my ass.
Take the car apart.
Like they did with Hightower in that fucking scene in Police Academy.
We have to get you a that Pontiac Fiero, those cars where you can take the parts, take them apart.
The poor man Corvette. Those were fucking sweet ass cars.
You can build it. You can put it together yourself if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So you got to put you in, and then we can close the doors around you. It definitely wasn't good as the others. You're right, not the same. Yeah, it was disappointing. I mean, it was cute, but it didn't. There was nothing like the original. I almost bought a Porsche last week, a 2011 with 59,000 miles on it, roadster. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. There's better things to get.
There are.
Once he's good, watch Them on Amazon. It's based on real events. Them.
Lamborghini makes an SUV now.
Do they really?
Yeah. I've seen several of them driving around in Chicago.
Them. American horror drama, streaming television anthology series created by, let's see. Them. Is that... I think I started to see that. A black family moves to an all-white LA neighborhood where malevolent forces next door and otherworldly threaten to taunt, ravage, and destroy them. Is this? Oh, it's a series. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to give that a shot. Good call, Troy. Anyway.
Anywho.
I haven't seen the new Stingray.
Did Corvette actually bring back the Stingrays?
Get the Mercedes AMG GTR. It's my dream. Mercedes AMG. Yeah, I was not a fan of those either. I guess my all-time dream car always was the Porsche 928 S4.
I liked the Carrera, Porsche Carrera.
Which one is that? Cabrera?
I thought it was Carrera with a V.
Is that the 911 with the whale tail?
Yeah, it kind of looked like the Volkswagen Bug.
Cabrera,
yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked the look of that car.
Beautiful car. Candy apple red, tan leather interior. Yeah, that's a beauty. Did Bam get his furnace fixed? Yeah, talk about your furnace drama.
All I can say is, can I get fucked any harder? That's all I want to know.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
Well, I feel like I've been fucked extremely hard.
So what was the deal with that?
I had to replace the furnace. And it was $3,800.
Ugh. Yuck. That hurts.
Hurt big time because I had to go to the bank of my uncle. And he's like, you already owe me $3,000. I'm like, yep, I know.
Got it on the ghetto layaway for $50 a week.
Well, try to give him as much money as I can when I can. I work 7 fucking days a week.
Yeah, you got to work tomorrow too?
Yep.
How's Kodak? Everybody's asking. They asked me offline too. How's Kodak?
Kodak is sleeping.
For those of you who don't know Kodak, that's Bam's macaw.
Yep.
Right?
He is. Yeah.
Not a scarlet, though, is he?
No, he's blue and gold.
Blue and gold macaw. And he's really loud when he's in a bad mood. Favorite sports car used to be the Ferrari Testarossa.
That one was a pretty car. Yes, that one was a beautiful car. White.
That's not the one that Magnum PI drove, was it?
No, his was a Ferrari. It wasn't a Testarossa. Don Johnson drove the Testarossa in Miami Vice.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I can't remember what model Magnum PI's was.
So let's talk about what we're going to talk about.
Let's talk about love, baby. You and me, baby.
Let's talk about Joe Rogan. Hang on, let me put some of this porn music on again.
Oh, I like porn. I mean, who doesn't like porn? I mean, if you're a guy, you like porn. There's some women I know that like porn.
Yeah, if I leave this on, I'll fall asleep. Here. Anyway, have you kept up with any of the news? Joe Rogan, what's going on with him?
Well, refresh my memory because I don't know the name does not sound familiar at all, but I probably know the situation.
Joe Rogan. Christina, nice to see you.
Hi, Christina. Oh, God, this is bad porn music.
It is.
Back to the 70s.
You're right. This is bad. Yeah. Oh, man. This is not even like... Never mind. Let me get rid of that. That was pretty bad. Here, I'll just leave this on for a little while. The internet for two things, porn and Manny behind me. There you go. And there's a lot of that online, I'll tell you that much. Not that I would know.
I love porn.
So let me pop up to the your screen here so you know what the heck I'm talking about.
Lay it on me, baby.
DW. Where did he go? So Joe Rogan, the podcaster, he's got a podcast on everywhere, but mainly on Spotify. He's got millions of followers, and he was involved with the mixed martial arts. I don't know if he was a judge or just a
so MMA
announcer. Yes.
Okay.
And then he got into broadcasting and then podcasting, and real popular, likable guy. And he's been accused of spewing, they call it, misinformation when it comes to COVID and vaccines and ivermectin. You know, he was really talking about his own experiences, his own opinions. And he would even have people on that. Here, I'm not liking this music either. He would have people on that, with contradicting opinions, and he would like to listen to all sides. And anyway, the first one to come out this happened last week, Neil Young, the old rock and roll guy, Neil Young. Mm-hmm. He came out and told Spotify, if you're going to leave Joe Rogan on, then I want all my music taken off of Spotify.
Heard that.
Yeah, and then Joni Mitchell, remember her?
Joni Mitchell, same thing.
And then a few others started following in their footsteps, and it's like, come on, what the heck is going on here? So, over the last 24 hours, UFC. There you go. Thanks, Troy. Not MMA, UFC.
Oh.
And man, this music is bad too. This is not good. Sorry, guys. Let me try something else. Anyway, so it seems like in the middle of the night, the last couple days maybe, Spotify removed 100 of his episodes from Spotify. And first they stood behind him and they supported him. I don't know if they supported him necessarily, but they supported free speech. It seemed like it. And then they were getting criticized all over the place, and they didn't budge, which I was happy about. You know how I hate the cancel culture. We all hate the cancel culture.
They can kiss my fat ass.
And I was hoping they wouldn't give in, but it seems like they went back and they got some episodes on Joe Rogan where he used the N-word, but he didn't use the N-word calling anyone that or using it disparagingly. He said the word and they were talking about the word. It's like a history, talking about the history of it. And so now people got a hold of that and they removed all that. I don't know. I guess not too big a deal. But he came out today and issued a statement on that where he explained himself. And I don't know. And then The Rock, the actor, came out in support yesterday. And he told Joe, hey, I want to come on. You know, I look forward to the next time I can visit and we can have a drink together. And then The Rock got a bunch of flack. The Rock got a bunch of, cancel culture visited The Rock. And today he says, he kind of changed his tune. And all of a sudden he didn't support. He was not friendly with Joe Rogan. And that was disappointing because instead of calling him The Rock, I'm going to call him The Pebble now. Yeah, I was hoping he wouldn't give in, but he did. For those of you who don't know, there's Joe Rogan right there. Where is my page?
Well, if it was in your ass, you'd know.
Yep. And so Spotify has, at this point, it was 70 episodes. Now it's over 100 that they've removed. They're calling him a right winger, even though he's not. And he spoke of his own experiences using ivermectin, the very controversial drug that the government seems like nobody wants anyone to use.
Why? Because the shit probably works. Once again, probably works.
Yeah. And it's cheap, It's less than $1 a pill. I think it's 50 cents a pill, if that.
Yeah, see, they can't have that because they got to be able to bend your ass over and rape the fucking shit out of you for it.
Yeah, and if it was some kind of obscure drug that nobody knew about, well, they can say, all right, these are $50 a pill. But guess what? Everybody already knew about ivermectin. They know what it costs. You can get it almost without a prescription for farm animals, for horses and stuff. So everybody knows what it costs. So now they can't go back and jack up the prices. So you know what? We better not make it available because we're not going to make money on it. And it's bad. It's a bad situation. Super Mario, I want to play some circus music. That's what I want to do. Chuck, I support people pulling their music from Spotify, but was shocked today when he apologized for using the N-word. Has nobody listened to old Howard Stern? Well, what about some rap music? I mean, it's the N-word all over the place. I mean, is that all right? And not just the N-word, talking about beating up people and women are bitches and hoes and all that stuff, and talking about prostitution, and why is that okay to leave on there? Why is that all right?
Oh,
I mean, if you're gonna go all crazy on Joe Rogan for that, then Howard Stern is not gonna have to come off the air.
Well, I hate that N-word. I mean, that's right up there at the C word with me. Actually, it's higher than the C word. I will say the C word over the N word. I have fired some motherfuckers for using the N word.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree. I don't even compare the C word with the N word. Two different, totally. I don't know. They're just different.
Yeah, I mean, I hate both of them, but that N word is like, yeah, no, it's kind of like unforgivable.
Yeah. So he used it, but he didn't use it like he was calling somebody that, or talking to an African American person. He called it. It was not like that at all. That's why Joe Rogan defended himself today, and he explained. That's the good thing about Joe. Every time this controversy has come up, he's come on to address everything, and I like that. Instead of just not discussing it or not talking about it and kind of hiding, he comes out and he says, this is what I said, this is what I spoke, this was the context of it, and it was taken out of context, by the way. And that's the way it should be. I don't think he's racist. And now they're trying to call him racist. They want him taken off the airwaves and radio, internet. It's like, Spotify, I hope you don't give in. What's up, Abel?
Abel Stable.
Jean-Claude Van Bam.
What you got going on there, buddy?
Yeah, I think he called you that because you were, I got you in that photo when you're upside down.
I think I'm frozen.
You're frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah. My video's frozen, but my mouth is...
Let me try this. Hang on. Refresh your screen, Bam, if you can hear. We'll give him a minute to come back here. Joe isn't going away. Maybe Spotify will drop him, but he doesn't need Spotify. Spotify needs him. And that's very true. I think Spotify will be foolish. I think if Spotify can hold out, and I know they changed some of their rules and the way they let everybody know what their terms and conditions are, and what their stance on free speech and certain things.
I think I'm back.
Yep, and the warnings that they're going to play before each episode. I'm sure it's something like, "Oh, these views do not represent Spotify or anybody." Blah blah blah, all that legal crap. And that's fine. I'm okay with that if they got to do that every time. But it's like, man, leave the guy alone. He's nothing like anybody else. The cancel culture pushed even harder. Did you hear about the N-word? Yeah, we're just talking about that, bro. There's a 5-minute video or so of him using the N-word. He was talking about the N-word. He said the N-word, but he didn't use the N-word. There's a difference. Huge difference.
Is there, though?
Yes. There's a difference. There's a difference when somebody says it and they're an asshole and they're racist and they say it with malice. If he came on here and said, you... But instead, if he's having a conversation into the history of the word and the word "and," this blah blah blah, and it's a discussion. It's not that he was calling anybody that. Come on, guys, this is basic
I don't
stuff.
see much difference in it.
Oh, come on, there's a difference. Just like the word "asshole." If I said "Bam, you fucking asshole."
Okay, well,
that's different than if we're like, what, an asshole is at the end of your sphincter, and it's where all the poop passes through. And when you don't like someone, you call them that. See, that's different, right?
But I don't know. When I go to the grocery store and shit falls out my cart, I go, "You're an asshole." Why? Because I got to bend over now, pick the motherfucker up, and throw it back in my cart.
Yeah, well, see, there's different ways to use any word. I don't see him as a racist. If you don't align with someone who believes, with something someone believes, they'll dig up information. Yeah, just like the example we used before was Kevin Hart. Remember,
I like him.
I like him too. I like him as an actor more than as a comedian, believe it or not.
I agree. But, if he's in the right role in the movies, he's actually kind of funny. But for like stand up, yeah, he sucks.
I liked him in that movie with the dude from Breaking Bad. What's his name? What's the name of that movie where he plays the paraplegic guy, caretaker?
Oh, Upside.
The Upside. Yes, great film. Great
it was
film.
An
he was really
good
good
movie.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the problem. The liberals, the flakes, the cancel culture starts to complain about something, and then everybody starts, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it's like, oh my god. So Kevin Hart was going to host a Grammy, the Oscars, and then somebody dug up something he said 5 or 6 years ago on Twitter, and he came out and apologized profusely, and I think he took himself out of the Grammy spot before they would take him out. I think that's what happened.
Well, everybody's got skeletons in their closets. Everybody. Somebody has always done something in their past that they don't want somebody to know about. You know, not everybody's a perfect little fucking angel. For them to throw it in his face, say, yeah, I did it. It was in the past. It's water on the bridge. I've evolved from that person.
Yeah.
Now let's just move on. So what? I fucking said it. Big fucking deal. Well, let's move on. I apologize. We're moving on. Now, why should I have to remove myself from an event that I'm going to be doing because of something I said 10 fucking years ago? Okay, well, I bet you said something 10 fucking years ago that you're not proud of either. I can fucking guarantee it.
I probably said some questionable things. But it's, you know what? You know, everybody, even a year ago, everybody was different a year ago than they are right now.
Oh, you know, this is the candy-ass society.
And the more years you go back, that you were like a totally different person.
Well, I'm still kind of me. I still don't sugarcoat anything. You know, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be bold and it's going to be in your fucking face. But that's my opinion, and that's what I fucking think. You don't like it? Kiss my ass, motherfucker.
Bottom line. And, you know, we talked about Second City TV. Remember when Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live?
Oh, sweet Jesus. Him and,
do you remember?
Them fags over there looking at my ass. I know you're looking at my ass because it's getting hot.
I posted once Richard Pryor.
Oh, I love that.
He was on Saturday Night Live.
Is he funny?
He's applying for a job. Chevy Chase is the guy hiring him. And they talk about using the N-word and all these racial slurs. And that was never taken off the air.
No, even back, you know, in the 70s on the Jeffersons, they said the N-word quite a bit.
Yeah, and honky, and I mean, you name it, they said it. And you know what? And we all laughed.
Do you know why black folks actually called white people honkies?
Why?
True story. So this is how white people got the nickname honky.
Oh,
all the white people would own apartments or houses or whatever in bad neighborhoods, and what they would do is they would pull up in front of the building and honk for them to run out and pay their rent. Hence, how we were called honkies.
Really?
True story. So they gave us the nickname honkies.
So honky is not even like a horrible. That doesn't compare to the N-word. That's for sure.
Right. And then later on, I guess we graduated to crackers. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I mean,
from honky went to cracker. I
we
know
went
that
from
much.
We went from honky to being a round piece of food or a square piece of fucking food that breaks.
I suppose I could look up the history of the word cracker, but you know, we all used to watch that kind of television, and we've said this 100 times before. You guys have heard this all. The Jeffersons, All in the Family, Maude.
Oh God, did I love Maude?
I mean, you name it. The Sanford and Son, and
it's the big one. I'm coming home, Effie.
And everything was race against race, but in a comical way. And you know what? It was always on Sunday night. I'd come home on Sunday evening, watch it with my father. We watched 60 Minutes, All in the Family, and the Jeffersons in that order.
I loved All in the Family.
And then Carol Burnett, too. And they did blackface episodes, too. But, you know, it was a different time back then. Everybody watched it. We all laughed, talked about it on Monday, and then forgot about it. And then, you know, everybody treated each other no differently.
Well, when Tony Danza dated Whoopi Goldberg, they went to a Halloween party or some sort of party.
Ted Danson.
What'd I say?
Tony Danza.
Oh, yeah, same thing. They went to a Halloween party, both wearing blackface.
Yeah, that's right.
But
and now, so now we can. So we digress a little, but now, fast forward to 2022, Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, that heifer.
Goldberg is not even her last name. She took it to appropriate it racially because she didn't like her real last name. I think it's Johnson or something, isn't it?
I don't know what her real name is, but
I'm gonna
Goldberg is actually Jewish.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yes, it
is. I thought so. Karen, and if she's Jewish, that's fine. Who cares what her religion is? I personally don't care. But
that's not her religion. Her name is Karen Elaine Johnson.
Whoopi Goldberg is Karen Elaine Johnson.
And she was in a play, and she wanted something more. She wanted something different and something that would make her stand out. She picked Goldberg for whatever reason.
And how the hell did she get Whoopi?
Yeah. Whoopi because of a whoopee cushion, some trick, some gag regarding a whoopee cushion, and she came up with Whoopi Goldberg. And, to her credit, it stuck, right? But even back then, very few people like, oh, you're black. Why do you have a Jewish last name? Why did you pick that? I mean, somebody might have questioned it, but there was no cancel culture to do what they're doing now.
Why can't a black person be Jewish?
There can be. Look at Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay, so why somebody questioned Whoopi Goldberg's last name and religion?
Yeah, well, now they're doing that because she's not Jewish at all.
So maybe her parents were. But, okay, Karen. There you go, Karen.
He called theater black people the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, see, everything was taken out of context. Go listen to that episode. Do you know where to find it? I think I'm going to dig them up and post them. That's what I'm going to do. Race is everyone's go-to. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
once you pull out the race card, yeah, it's a different ballgame now. What's up?
So speaking of Karen, I was driving a bus the other day. And I don't have an afternoon assistant for my Parker route, which is like my kindergarten and pre-K. And we have to have a bus assistant because the kids are so little. So she goes, oh, I got to show you this. Okay, this is like my second time working with this woman. And she came over from like the corporate offices like next door to the bus barn. And she shows this to me. And it's a Facebook post. And it says, be an adult. Stop calling them Karen and call them the C. It's like, why the hell? And I'm sitting here going, why the hell are you showing this to me? You don't know me. But I like the post. I mean, be an adult. Stop calling them Karen. Call them the C. Because it's true.
Yeah. Okay, it's not the liberals, it's a small minority. Well, you know what? It's a big enough of a minority that they get people to change their minds. So I don't think it's a minority. I think it's a cancer.
But do they really get them to change their minds, or are they forcing them?
They're bullying them. They bully them into, the old, if you don't say that, then we won't like you anymore.
So they're bullying them. The cancel culture is just a bunch of fucking bullies.
Hell freaking yeah.
And, if they want, I would never yield to the motherfuckers.
No, and the way to win that. Yeah, and the way to win that is you don't back down to a freaking bully.
You stand your fucking ground.
The minute you back down, guess what? They're going to keep coming at you, and it's never ending. Hi, Dina. Yeah, TV was fun back then, man, and not just because of the racial crap and using, derogatory terms, but I mean, even the movie, Blazing Saddles, even Police Academy. I mean, they use some terms against the Hightower.
That little black lady with the high-pitched voice.
Yeah. I mean, these movies were hardcore. I mean, they were just, there were. I don't know. Again, we go back to my snowflake episode. It's like, how did people get like this? What happened? What happened to people? And these are all the younger people. So a lot of these folks were not even born when the Jeffersons and All in the Family and Archie Bunker.
Yeah, the Candy-esque generation.
They were not even born. Yeah. Now, something, I don't know. It's sad.
Oh, absolutely.
Being thin-skinned is very sad, y'all. Everyone seems to get offended by everything. I mean, look, Aunt Jemima's gone. What's the butter? The Native American girl.
Land O'Lakes.
Land O'Lakes, gone. Uncle Ben, gone. Is everything better and wonderful right now because of that? No. But why
why are they gone?
Why are the white people still on there? Why is Colonel Sanders still there?
And why are these people gone? Because the cancel culture is fucking racist and wanted them removed off the package.
Yeah. Colonel Sanders is still there. Wendy's, the little girl Wendy's, the white little girl with the red hair, she's still there.
That's Pippi Longstocking.
Could be. I used to say that too. The Pillsbury Doughboy. I think he's still there, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty sure he's still there.
Why are those all still there? Why did they have to get rid of only the black and native?
Because the cancel culture is fucking racist.
Cancel culture is phony. And I'm telling you, you keep giving in to them, it'll never stop.
But yet they're going... They're kind of like that, and I'm not a religious person, but your pastor on Sunday will go, the devil will pretend that he's your friend, and they come in different, like a thief in the night. Okay, well, here you are, you're portraying yourself as this, when actually you're this. So the cancel culture is coming off like, we're good, we're trying to stop racism and exploitation. And that's what you're doing with Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben and this poor little Indian woman. You're exploiting them. No, you're not. Aunt Jemima, first black woman millionaire in America. Uncle Ben was paid for his image on Uncle Ben. He was a waiter in a restaurant, I believe, in Chicago. They found him. Little Indian woman, I don't know where she came from, but she ended up on Land O'Lakes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the tribe she came from was paid quite handsomely.
Just like for the Washington Redskins. That Indian that was their icon, he was a leader. He was one of their top guys. And they had no problem. They were not offended by that. And they were not offended by the Cleveland Indians baseball name. They were not offended by that.
Troy, I totally agree with what you just said right there.
Instead of canceling them or us trying to, we should cancel them. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Freaking ignore the cancel culture. Let them
I've
talk
been saying
and
for a long time, cancel the cancel culture.
Celebrities think they are above us and they act like we owe them. Look at Susan Sarandon the other day. Two cops got two other cops killed in the line of duty, and all their fellow officers came out to pay tribute, and there were thousands of police out in the street. I mean, the freaking line was the procession was miles long, and she came out and said something stupid about that, and then the next day she's out apologizing. And I wrote this in my comment here. Yeah, here you go. Typical celebrity. They're gonna come out one day and say what they really feel, just to get it out. And then the next day, just apologize, like what do you call that? A cookie cutter apology.
Personally, with the celebrities,
and then nobody cares, and then they give celebrities a pass, and they let them go with that, and they're okay.
Personally, celebrities, yeah, you're famous. A lot of people like you. I get it. You're very good at what you do. That's why you're a celebrity, and you do it. But stay in your own fucking lane. Don't be going, oh, you need to vote for this person. Don't stay in your fucking lane. Stay out of politics. Do what you do best. Act, sing, whatever. Stay the fuck out of politics. We don't care.
Just like when someone told LeBron James, man, just keep dribbling. Go dribble the ball or keep dribbling. And they said, oh, he's racist for saying that. It's like, no, he's not. Because that's what he's paid to do. He's paid to dribble and score a lot of points and win games for his team. And that's why, there's a whole who's the GOAT, greatest of all time, and Michael Jordan or LeBron James. And I don't know who started that. It'll always be Michael Jordan. Michael
Jordan, HIV positive. Oh, no, that's Magic Johnson.
That's Magic.
Yeah.
And but Michael Jordan,
not that it matters,
Michael Jordan, he stuck his foot in his mouth over a few issues. He spoke out, but that was once in a great while.
But the man has made millions and millions of dollars for Nike and with Nike over them damn shoes.
And LeBron does also. But the point is, you gotta know when to say stuff and when to be quiet.
Kind of like that song Kenny Rogers sang. Got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
You got to know when. Yeah, that's right. Good song, by the way.
It is a good song.
Hopefully, with Goldberg's issues, I'll cancel the whole show. You know what? It's a bad vibe, that show.
Yeah, I would love to see it canceled, because those 4 women or 5 women or how many of them are up there now, they're nothing but
4 or 5.
A bunch of dictating Democrats, and they push their politics and their views on everybody. Joy Behar, she can take her olive oil and do it whatever she wants to. I mean, she even states that it's a good lubricant. Okay, we don't care.
No way. Is that true, Louis? No more Mrs. Dash. It's just Dash.
No shit. So Mrs. Dash is sexist now.
No way. Is that true? Yes, it's just Dash. Oh my goodness.
Dash of what?
They remove they lose seasonings like salt and pepper and.
Yeah, I know what it is, but.
Okay. Mrs. Oh my goodness!
Dash.
I didn't even know. I didn't know. I was.
Because I guess it's sexist or racist that it's Mrs. and not a Mister.
So it's still mrsdash.com, mrs-dash.com, but on the page, all the products, they remove the Mrs. It's just Dash.
Huh.
What the heck, man? That's just... that's... There, see? See how the logo is up here in the corner? Right in that white spot above the A, it used to be Mrs.
Sad day.
And Aunt Jemima, she, with the help of a white person, she came up with that syrup. I think they did it together.
I think they did too.
Not syrup. I mean, it was syrup too, but it was a pancake mix.
Yeah, I think the pancake mix came first.
Yeah. So it was not like they were exploiting her. And damn it, you know what? She became a freaking millionaire. Yeah, go ahead, exploit me too. I'll take a few million. Exploit me.
Fuck yeah. Send my ass over to China. Exploit me. I don't fucking care.
The current cancel culture was started because of the Dixie Chicks. Yeah, you mentioned that before, and I think you're right. I think you're more or less... That timing is about right. If you guys don't know what happened with the Dixie Chicks, I think you remember.
Yeah, they're what the fuck are they called now? The Chicks?
The Chicks, I think, yeah. Dumb. So dumb.
You're right, Troy. And right there, those last 3 words, we allow it.
Yep, 100%. That's why it continues.
Until we stop and we push back. Only then will we win.
When Mr. Pebble, the Pebble, comes out and states his support against Joe, which he basically did without saying it. He did. Like, that was a good thing. And then he got flack. And the next day, the rock became a pebble. He said he just backtracked everything. And there, you had a good visual. It would have been good for him to stand up and say, yeah, you know what? I support Joe. I don't care what you say or what they say. Because physically, he's a big guy, too. And that it would have been more of an emphasized kind of moment. But they removed Aunt Jemima because it was a white company using a black character to pander to a group. Yeah, but she was the co-founder of it. That's the problem. That's where that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, maybe throughout the years, it had actually gone to a white corporation. But Aunt Jemima's family fought hard to keep her image on that product.
Yep. There's a movie. There's a black and white movie. I've talked about it before. What's that movie called? Let me look it up real quick. I always look for it under. Oh, it's called An Imitation of Life. It's from 1934, and that tells the story of that. So, if you're interested, you can look that up. Interesting movie. And now they're the Commanders. That's worse than the Redskins, right? I know the Commander. Didn't we all get messed up by Commanders that came over to this country? People just moron. Instead of Redskins, they'll be named the Rednecks. Yeah, exactly. And they were. Even people threw that around and nobody cared. Nobody got offended. The products you mentioned is a choice by the company. It is capitalism. The company is doing it to boost sales. I don't think that boosted any sales. I think it was a bad marketing choice. And it's not just marketing. They were doing it to bow out of the cancel culture. The word racist and racism came up. There are articles talking about it. Come on, man. You know better, Chuck.
Hey,
Hi,
Lori.
Hi, Lori. Hope you're feeling better, Lori. I like when The Rock saying Biden and Harris were the best two people to lead the country.
Well, let's just say President Barack Obama is in his third term right now.
Right? Really, bro? Would you say that now? Yeah. Did I doubt it on this group? Maybe. Chuck. But I don't know.
We need to get rid of Joan the hoe. And she is a hoe.
Ask anybody who voted for Biden. It's like, are you still okay with your decision to choose him?
Speaking of Biden, it's kind of funny, and help me understand this because I'm completely, I don't get this. So, the state of Pennsylvania and the city of Pittsburgh are now having issues with mail-in ballots. They're saying, we can't do it, we're not going to do it, yada, yada, yada. But they were all about mail-in ballots during the presidential election, but they're not allowing mail-in ballots anymore.
Yeah, Troy, is it Pennsylvania or was it Florida that they're saying, yeah, no, we're not doing mail-in ballots this time? They're just not doing them at all, right?
Well, they said something, and I only caught like just a very short glimpse of it, or verbal, or it was on the news or something. But I'm almost positive it was Pennsylvania and Philadelphia that said mail-in ballots are only the state can change the voting laws, and the federal government is pushing it somehow or another, but they're not allowing it because it's unconstitutional. But that whole thing with the last presidential election, they were fighting their ass off to keep it. Now all of a sudden it's unconstitutional, they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Never will get it. Oh, we have too much fucking government, and I'm tired of the dictators.
Too much for sure. See, Chuck, you're wrong there. There is a cancel culture. It may not be a specific, legitimate group that you can just dial and call them up or anything, but it's a culture. It is a group
led by a bunch of Karens
of this country, and it's kind of like a what are those mobs called? Those mobs that they just form in public to start singing or dancing or whatever.
Flash mobs.
They're like a virtual flash mob. And once they get on somebody or some issue, and everybody hiding behind their little computer and their little iPhones jump in, and they've got to say their 2 cents worth. And it's so ridiculous. There is a cancel culture, buddy. I don't listen to certain people. I read it. You have to read a lot. You can't do that. So I watch Fox News. I watch OAN. I watch Newsmax. I never watch CNN. I never watch MSNBC. They're just a bunch of jokes. Joy Reid is a joke. Joy Reid says some stupid crap. Dash sounds better anyhow. I don't like Mrs. Dash. What about Mrs. Fields? Why does she get to keep her missus?
Because she's a cookie.
And I'll bet you, Mrs. Dash, that's not even a person ever. I'll bet you, everybody says, oh yeah, put a dash of salt or put a dash of pepper. So they named it Mrs. Dash. How much you want to bet that's true? Who wants to look that up? I'll bet you that's true. And even as a fictional that nobody actually called Mrs. Dash, they canceled her anyway. How do you like that? How asinine is that? Why do you think people didn't like Trump? Because he said the truth. He did say the truth, and it butthurt a lot of people.
Well, and yes, and another thing with Trump, unfortunately, is the shit that came out of his mouth, it did not check with his brain before coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, some of that stuff, yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, I could
take
away
a lot of it is he didn't sugarcoat anything. He was the type of person that was sit down, shut the fuck up, and listen to what I'm saying. If you don't like it, there's the fucking door, leave.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if he tweeted less back then, but still.
And another reason they hated him was they couldn't control him. He was not a politician to be controlled. Because he wasn't a politician.
Look at Biden and Kamala. They're puppets. They're freaking puppets.
Well, of course they are.
They're not supposed to speak to the press after he speaks.
One sucks cock like a fucking Hoover. The other one's just fucking complete, utter fucking moron and does whatever Obama tells him to do.
They don't let Joe Biden talk. They can't talk to the press after a press conference. And he's admitted, I'm not supposed to talk to you guys, so let me just get out of here. And Kamala is nowhere to be seen. She's a magician. She does a disappearing act, a real good one. And that's what they want. They want some people they can control. People like Trump scare the crap out of them. And Tulsi Gabbard, a Democrat, she was not going to be controlled either. That's why they wouldn't let her in there. They saw to it that she didn't win. That's why you got Kamala right now. I go in on the 10th for my surgery. Actually, I think Tulsi was running for president. I think. Lori, I hope everything goes well.
Absolutely.
We'll be thinking about you. I'm okay with Biden. My 401k is doing real good. Yeah, maybe yours is, but I don't believe these job claims that they say over 400,000 jobs created this year. It's like it went from the basement to 400,000 right before election time, right before the primaries, right? Bunch of crap.
Oh, and then they go, well, unemployment's at its fucking national. Of course it is, because everybody is not. You kicked them all off.
Here you go. Pennsylvania court on Friday struck down the state's mail voting law, saying that the state constitution requires voters to cast ballots in person, unless they meet certain specific requirements that permit you to vote by mail. Right?
That's what it was.
Yeah. Thank you, Troy. Isabel, hey, welcome. Anyway. Yeah, so I wish people would back off. I hope Spotify backs off of from the cancel culture. I hope they don't. I mean, it's already starting. You know, they took 100 of his episodes offline already, and but it's true. You know, Joe doesn't need Spotify. Spotify definitely benefits from somebody like Joe. And if they kick him out of Spotify, they're going to lose a lot of subscribers. Look at Facebook. He lost 237 billion last week. What was it? A 20% drop in, or 15%, 18% drop in their subscribers for Facebook? He lost $237 billion.
In one day. Like a matter of hours.
Yeah. And that's good. We covered that. What about so is the coronavirus starting to fade away finally? They say that I forgot what the names are. I'll just call it COVID. They say the current strain has peaked already right now in Texas. And it should be on the downtrend now, which I think it has been for a while already. Is this going to go away? There was that new stealth B2A or something, B2.A or whatever that was last week, or BA.2 or whatever. But that, I don't know. I don't think anybody was afraid of it or didn't stick or something, because they kind of disappeared already.
Well, and I have to question: are these strains like even really real? Oh, first you have COVID, and then you have this, then you have the Delta, then you have the Omicron, then you have this, and then you have I mean, are they really fucking real past Corona? I mean, I had the COVID. It's a fucking thing. I've known people that have it. It's a real fucking thing. But all these fucking strains that just pop up out of nowhere real? I got to question it. And then the other thing I'm questioning is, do we really need to have a fucking shot every 6 goddamn months?
Yeah, I know. They're talking about there could be 3 or 4 boosters before the year is over.
Yeah, no. See, I've had 3. I think I'm done at 3. I'm not going to have a 4th.
Yeah.
Are you going to violate my nose by shoving a Q-tip all the way up to my fucking brain? No, that's not going to happen. If you want to shove a Q-tip up my ass, fine, you can do that. But you're not going to shove one up my fucking nose.
That's right. And I think, I'm not getting a booster. I haven't had the booster. I just got the original 2, and that's it. And I'm not doing a booster. And I think it's not even going to be necessary the way things are trending right now. I think people are waking up to the fact that this is all a planned pandemic, like we said.
Exactly, because, I remember what's his nuts? Obama sitting with Hillary, and somebody else was sitting there, and they were on a show or some kind of newscast or something, and Obama flat out told Donald Trump that if you win, it's really sad, you're going to have a pandemic you got to deal with.
That's right. He said that. And this was not unedited. This came out of Obama's mouth. He's going to have a pandemic, a virus to deal with, or just paraphrasing there. And lo and behold, looky here. Yeah, Chuck, let's see. Troy, this was a couple of weeks ago that they already came out with this, and it's already dying out. It was the stealth. It was like BA.2 or B2.A, something like that.
And who comes up with these fucking names?
I know, right? I think it's the same guy who names hurricanes or something. 200. Yeah, it was 237 billion that he lost. Zuckerberg lost, and he was speaking in front of a panel, and somebody said he seemed like he was going to start crying. I don't know how true that is or not. And then he said, "Oh, I wasn't crying; I just had something in my eye."
Oh yeah, Troy, I know my fucking fabulous governor we have here is his campaign is, oh, if you reelect me as governor, I'm going to temporarily suspend grocery tax and gas tax. Why? Because the people of Illinois need a break. We don't need a temporary solution. We need a permanent fucking solution.
Yeah.
And this from the governor that on day 2 of being governor raised the fucking gas tax 39 fucking cents.
Should be illegal.
Now he wants to suspend it. Oh, for what? Couple of months? Ooh, well, how fucking big are you?
Couple of months. Sweden, if you didn't see this, they're getting rid of all their restrictions and mandates and everything. They're done. Sweden will allow people to return to restaurants with no limitations on dining capacity, shopping, grocery stores, any of that. They're done.
Well, and our lovely governor here, since it's campaign season, he's like, we're really close to going back to no masks and dropping all COVID restrictions.
I don't know about up there, but here in Texas, at least where I'm at in South Texas, the only people requiring masks are some restaurants. And then, of course, once you sit down, you can just take it off.
Which makes no fucking sense.
Still doesn't make sense. I've been trying to
I got to walk through the door wearing a mask, but the second I sit down, I can take it off.
Yeah.
Where's the common sense in that?
I know, and it sucks to keep repeating this stuff over and over again, but you know what? It's just the idiocy of it, the mentality of it. It's just like, really? So COVID is here at the door, but not at the booth over there. I'm going to sit down.
I walked into a store the other day, and they're like, you have to have a mask on. I'm like, oh, okay, hang on. So I dig through my backpack, put a mask on. Just over my mouth. My nose is completely exposed. I said, are you good with this? He goes, yes, much better. And I said, okay, well, I'm glad you are now appeased at my face covering. Just so you're aware that this does absolutely nothing. This is like not even wearing a mask. Why? Because my nose is not covered. But you're okay with that. As long as my mouth is covered, you're fine with that. Just like you. Your nose is exposed, but you got to have a mask over your mouth. So you're okay with that. But are you not aware that the COVID lives in your nose and not in your mouth?
Yep.
But you're okay with that. So, okay, I'll just go about my business, walked away from him, took my mask off, put it back in my bag.
Right, Troy, follow the science. Yeah. Like Dr. Evil. Right. In other news, remember Michael Avenatti?
Yeah, that's her fucking attorney.
Yeah. Remember the guy who was going to bring Trump down? And then he was even going to make a run for president? Well, guess what? Guilty.
And he's got another court case in court right now.
He's facing 22 years in prison. He somehow swindled $300,000 from Stormy Daniels in her when he was representing her in her attempt to bring down Trump by saying that she was paid off by Trump to hush money, and that may be true. Whether he did anything or not, I don't care. That's between him and Mrs. Trump. And
whichever Mrs. Trump that was at that particular time, it was probably Ivanka.
It could have been Ivana Trump. It could have been. Actually, I think it was Melania, I think. But still, you know what? I don't know. A lot of people would have done that same thing if they have the money. You know what? I don't need that trouble. Somebody said it and made it up. So he paid her a couple of $100,000.
Yep.
I don't know. Just to shut her the hell up and keep her away from us. But did I keep her quiet? No, because she came out with it anyway. So anyway, he stole money from her. He's going to be going to jail, possibly up to 22 years. And we'll see what happens with that. And I think that is freaking hilarious. I really do. He said, I'm very disappointed in the jury's verdict. I'm looking forward to a full adjudication of all issues on appeal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody says that. Oh, look at the smiling boobies there. And he really thought he was all that, right? I remember he thought he was the cat's meow. Anyway, Bam, you got anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here? Call it a night.
I got nothing. I'm ready for bed.
Already? Last week, I think it was the 20. Here, we'll close with this. Was it the 23rd or 24th of January? It was the 36th anniversary of the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. Where was everyone where that happened? Do you remember that? Pretty sure it was 86.
Is that the one with the teacher?
Yes, that's her right here.
Krista McCall. Yeah, so I remember I was in high school because I think school was still in session. Because that's the year I graduated. What month and day was that?
Here, let's see. There, January 28th of 86.
Yeah, so I was still in that. Yeah, because I remember hearing about it when I got home that day.
Images are indelible. On the clear, cold morning of January 28th, 86. Here, I'm reading it right here. The Space Shuttle Challenger embarked on its 10th milestone mission, but disaster struck 73 seconds later when the shuttle exploded, killing the 7 astronauts on board. And from what came out a couple of years ago, that the crew didn't die in that explosion. They likely died when their little pod was ejected. Not ejected, but it just broke apart from the aircraft. Came tumbling down to Earth, I think, into the water. And that's probably where they died right there. So can't even imagine however long that took. What did that take? A couple of minutes to come down from where they were at?
Yeah, I think so.
Can't even imagine.
They were pretty high up. I mean, they were almost at space.
Yeah, and this is sad. This is a story of astronaut's wife found Valentine's Day card after he died in space in the explosion. It's like, it was it was bad. I was in high school hearing about this. Very bad day. Anyway, that anniversary, 36 years, came and went. Let's see. Avenatti, it's time to pay the piper. That's right. Any decision or recommendation that came down in relation to COVID had nothing to do with the science. It's all political. Oh, 100%. 100%. And now they're saying, what the CDC was saying now that, quarantining or, what do they call it? Isolating, staying at home. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Isolating yourself does not do anything.
It doesn't. Just isolate you from the world and your friends and everybody else.
Causes problems. Yes, exactly. Social problems is what it causes. 3rd grade. Damn. Makes me feel freaking old. I was interviewing for the job I still have today. Damn, no way. 35 years, Dina, 36 years. Holy cow. That's pretty good. Talk about
you jobs. Don't look like what you're
right?
In your 40s. So if 36 years ago and you were interviewing for a job, you were what, 15 or 16? Damn, you look good.
That's awesome, Dina. Yep. All righty, guys. We're going to call it a night. Thank you all for hanging out with us.
Have a great night, guys.
I'll see you guys on Tuesday night. And,
I'm sorry.
Hang on. I addressed Chuck already on that thing. Okay, gotcha. Hey, have a great Sunday tomorrow. Spend that time with your families. Stay off the internet. Instead of looking at your screens, look at your family instead.
Yeah, look at your family.
Take care of them. Have fun with them.
Remember what they look like.
That's right. Hey, any of us can go to bed tonight and not wake up tomorrow. So, and that can happen every night. That's one thing I fear about going to bed. And for a long time, for a few months, a couple years ago, I would stay up all night. I would only go to sleep when I absolutely fell asleep like at 4 a.m. Because I got this thing where I was afraid to fall asleep, that I wouldn't wake up, that I would die in my sleep.
Well, that's the way everybody should die.
Yeah, and then whenever that time comes, that'll be fine. But I just don't want to go yet. You know what I mean?
And if we have a choice of how we go, that would be the choice.
And I know it's not up to us when we go. Some higher power decides. When they call your number, you're done.
Because we don't want it to be painful. We don't want to see it coming.
Where was that report? It was out of I don't want to say Morocco, somewhere European country. Dude got run over by a steamroller. And it was caught by a security camera across the street or something. How does that happen? I keep thinking about Austin Powers. Remember when a guy, I don't know, he's just yelling, ah! And instead of running out of the way, he's just standing there yelling, ah! And the steamroller just rolled over him. So, I don't get how that would happen and why you couldn't move out of the way or something, or why would you put yourself in the path of a steamroller? Anyway, dude died on the spot, obviously. Yeah, all the comments in that news story were hilarious, but sad, and shouldn't be laughed at. Somebody died. And I was gonna put a joke on, I was gonna comment a joke, but that nice part of me right here said, don't do it. Somebody died. Don't do it.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Fine. True, man. The things that we take for granted, right? Nothing is guaranteed. That's right. Nothing is guaranteed. Spend time with your families, your mom or dad, your kids, even siblings.
Oh,
Sunday is your day. There? Hey, Tess. You caught us on the slide out. All right. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you in a few days. Bam. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everybody.